Okay, let's talk about vintage watches. This is my first time filming in public, so it's a little bit awkward. I feel like people are looking at me even though they're probably not. So I'm not a huge vintage collector because it's kind of hard to know what you're getting. I'm not a huge vintage collector because it's kind of hard to know what you're buying sometimes, but I did look through my collection and I do have quite a few pieces that I thought would be cool to share. I'm obviously no Mike Nouveau, but we all have to start somewhere. All right, people are actively looking at me now. There's always a bit of a debate of what's considered vintage, so I'm just gonna cap it at 1990. Everything I'm gonna talk about today is before that. Everything after 1990 we can consider neo-vintage. I have sorted these by estimated age in ascending order. Here we go. First up, I have a bunch of Seikos from the 80s. Here I have a JDM Seiko Type 2 quartz, or as I like to call it, the penis quartz. The little logo is like 2 quartz crystals, but it looks kind of like a pee-pee. I got this on eBay, really good condition, good price. It's simple. The seconds hand sometimes hits the indices and then sometimes it doesn't. I mean, what are you gonna do? My favorite thing about this is definitely the kanji date on it, that JDM quality to it. So very cool. I wear it somewhat often. It says water resistant on here, but it doesn't have any specific depth rating. This one right here is a gold-plated Seiko quartz tank. This was my grandfather's watch. Still see it still has the sticker there. This came with a LaSalle box, although there's no indication on here that this is actually a LaSalle model. LaSalle models used to be known for being very thin, and Seiko ended up acquiring them. So I think that's generally what this is. It's like the design language of LaSalle. Just very simple, elegant, and super, super thin. I mean, this is like 5 millimeters thin. I don't wear this very often because the clasp is just such a nightmare to take on and off, but it is a very elegant watch. Up next here, I have a Seiko Sports 100 alarm chrono. This is really cool. It's my only vintage digital watch, solar powered. When I found this, actually, it was buried in a closet at my parents' house and it was completely dead, but I left it out in the window for a couple days and it rebooted just fine. So that's the cool thing about these solar powered watches. I guess they will never die. This one is rated at 100 meters of water resistance, although I don't know if I would go swimming with it, but honestly, it probably would be fine. I think the bracelet is cool. It's got a very sporty taper, got a little integrated look to it too. And yeah, very nice, very simple. Time, date, day of the week, stopwatch, alarm, and it's got a really cool retro 80s look to it. I mean, obviously it's from the 80s, but it has that aesthetic. The last one from the 80s here I have is an Alba Quartz Water Sports. Has a cool little friction Pepsi dial here. This is the watch that my dad had on his wrist when he immigrated to America. So obviously this is significant for personal reasons and it's cool to have. I don't wear it because it is broken, it doesn't work. The integrated bracelet thing here is broken, so it just kind of falls out. I guess I have the original Royal Pops watch here. But it's cool to have nonetheless. Maybe I'll fix it one day and get it working again. Moving on, the only 70s model watch I have here is this Enicar automatic day date. This was also my grandfather's watch. Enicar used to be a Swiss brand, but now it is owned by a Hong Kong company. They were and still are very popular in Asia, so that's probably why my grandfather had it. If this was made in the 70s or before, then this would be part of the Swiss era of Enicar. Correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference to me, but it would be cool to know at least. I don't really wear it because it's really tight and I don't have extra links for it, but again, cool to have for personal reasons. Finally, I have 2 watches that are much older from the 40s. This is a Longines tank that I got from a local vintage market, 10K gold filled. Probably overpaid a little bit, but I just thought the patina was super beautiful. As you can see, the crystal is pretty scratched, but the patina is really even and really nice, and the brigade numerals are still very clean. The interesting thing about this watch, and I presume a lot of the Longines watches from this era, is that the movement was made in Switzerland, but the case was made in the US, so the serial numbers don't match. But for Longines watches from this era, you would go by the number that's stamped onto the movement. So I used the serial number chart on Bob's watches, and it would date this watch to 1948. It winds, it still works, it keeps honestly really good time, probably only a few minutes off per day. And I really love this watch. It's really elegant. Obviously it's really small by today's standards, but that doesn't really matter to me. I'll definitely be wearing it to my next formal event. And last but not least is a Lord Elgin tank from 1941. This is 14 karat gold filled. This one is in really, really good condition, only about a minute fast per day. Part of why I wanted to get this is because it has a really cool inscription in the back. It says, presented to Arthur J. Williams, past president, Pinzon CL number 600 NAU, November 6th, 1941. I tried to research what this company was, but I couldn't find anything, so if you have any intel, definitely let me know. Hopefully it's kosher. Unfortunately, the strap that I got it with was broken, so I have to get a new one before I can wear it. It's honestly pretty crazy to think that these 80-year-old watches are still working. Okay, here's a bonus one. This is some kind of Norman fish pendant watch that I got from the vintage market. There's no real market for these. It wasn't working, so I got it down to like 15 bucks. It's currently being serviced, so I don't actually have the watch part of it, but I'll insert a photo of it so you can see. But this one's fun. I'll probably turn it into a necklace so my partner can wear it. And yeah. Anyway, that's currently my vintage watch collection. Again, I'm not a huge vintage collector, but it's cool to have these pieces and have a little bit of history with me. Hope you enjoyed that. I am a big watch head, so there will definitely be more watch yaps to come. Follow for more. Bye. This is awkward.